So right away now, go through your spine, keep that straight, keep your chest sunken, and I'm going to turn around and be a good golden cockroach, okay? In the way that we modified it by using this pushing up, pushing down, rather than just a hand motion, okay? Here we go, golden cockroach. And maybe towards the end of that, you can check your shoulder and your chest. You can feel it. And engage your core. Last set. Kicking out. Make sure your back is straight. Last one. Holding our ball. Here again, don't hover over your ball. Keep your spine straight. Sink in your chest. Part the wild horse's mane. Here again, check your back and your chest. Here again. Part the wild horse's mane. When you sit back, I want you to lower yourself as you sit down. Okay, can you keep that in mind also? Sunken chest, straight up. Sit back, lower yourself. Sit back, lower yourself. And also get in the components that your back is still straight and your chest is sunken. Even now, sit back, lower yourself. Lower. Ward off. Turn hips and waist, hands go for the ride. Sit down, sit back. Hands go for the ride, contact, push. How do we get down? To our hips. Then release outward, upward and outward. Center. L, push. Turn hips and waist, reposition. Sit down, sit back, look back, turn, contact, push in the center. Roll back and coil all the way down, then up and then out. Parallel higher. Multitask. How's your chest? How's your back? Make it smooth, make it beautiful. Look out into infinity. Last set. Where are your spirals? pause with the holding of a ball. Okay, I just want to go over some of the movements just so that you know where I'm putting emphasis. So I'll just take this one first, okay? So we know that the hands go for the ride. If we know that and we have our energy stored in the back foot, all we need to do is move our torso, and mind drives our motion. Sit back, lower, pivot. Balance for this. So you see that if I position my hands, they go for the ride. At this point, I ask you, well, how does your back feel and how does your chest feel? Because that's our focus point, okay? When we ward off now, and I'm going to be a kind of a stickler for this because I fully understand a little bit better. You ward off. Turn hips and waist. What happens when I turn hip and waist? My position of my front hand rides with the turning of the hips and waist. I ward off. I'm in the center. If I turn my hips and waist and do nothing with my hands, my hand now turns with me, right in the area where I want to come down. This hand, the back hand, sort of goes for the ride too. When I pull back, look back, my hands are attached, therefore it'll move when my energy is stored in the back. When my contact is here, I push only at the center. I push only at the center. When I come back, I refer to coming down to your hips. These are my hips. My hips are not here. So how do we get back down? We use our power of our energy to bring it down. We drop our shoulders, we drop our elbows, we flex our knees. We make ourselves small. So we pushed out. Come back down. How do we get back up? Do we just go this way? We use that energy that's coiled up and tensed up to again yeah? Okay, can you see that? Okay, so let's practice that before we start our sets, okay? Warding off, grasping of the bird's tail, 2 sets, starting this way, okay? Here we go. Back and chest, what are they doing? L stance, ward off. Turn hips and waist, hands go for the ride. Look back, sit back, contact, middle of your chest, push. Coil back, coil up, power forward. Sit back, twist. Out, L, push. Turn hips and waist. Sit down, sit back, look back. Contact, push only in the center. Coil back, hips up, power out. Sit back. Second set, ward off. Turn hips and waist. Coil up, go to your hips. And release out, up and forward. Last one. hips. Holding our ball. Okay, so the sensation I got, and hopefully you did too, was that when you take everything slower, and you understand what everything's doing, you're sort of elongating your muscles, your ligaments. And in doing so, you're almost saying, every little bit of what I'm moving counts, and it's beautiful, and it needs to be reckoned with, and I need to display it, and I need to feel it, okay? So I can only think of one word, elongating what's in your mind, what's in your motion, and making it prettier, okay? Making it prettier. All right, so that's our task for today. It's easy to forget about our task, but if you're in here for a lesson, that is our lesson, okay? All right, so what's our scheme for today? 35 minutes. Let's do 1 yang 10, 4 16s, 2 24s, okay? And then we'll see what time it is, and I'll add to it. Yang 10 form. Grow a little taller through your spine. Sink your chest. Commencing form. it.